Hello everyone, this is the introduction to the Food Photography Hot Beverages Photo and Graphic Design project. The premise of this project is you will explore the world of food photography and graphic design. You would choose a hot beverage that you find interesting and then have a photo shoot following some criteria. For the final product, you will turn one of your photos into a graphic design product such as a menu, a recipe, etc. Beverage choices. The following will be available in class. If you have another idea, that's great. Please bring your hot beverage to class or complete your photo shoot at home. We will have apple cider, tea, coffee, and hot chocolate. Now I'm going to give a mini intro to each beverage. Apple cider. The first apple trees most likely grew in Kazakhstan in Central Asia over 750,000 years ago. From there, the use of apples to make food and beverages spread to many Asian, African, and European countries and eventually to the United States. One of the first recorded references to apple cider was found around 55 before Common Era in England. Historically, apples were fermented as a way to preserve and store the apple crop. In the U.S., apple cider sometimes represents fall because that's when apples are harvested. Apple trees were planted on the east coast of the United States in the 1620s and now grow in all 50 states. In the U.S., apple cider is generally defined as an unfiltered apple juice that has not been fermented. People drink it hot or cold and sometimes add spices like cinnamon, allspice, or cloves. Local native tea traditions. Here is the word for tea in 3 different local languages: Wiyot, Yurok, and Hupa. Various teas are used by local native people for health, wellness, socializing, and ceremonies. One plant commonly used to make tea is nettle, which is rich in vitamins and has many health benefits. In this photo from the Wiyot website, you can see a photograph of a stinging nettle and the Wiyot word for stinging nettle. By the way, when you boil nettle, it takes away the sting. Teas are made by brewing specific barks, twigs, leaves, roots, and other ingredients to achieve the desired flavor or medicinal effect. Traditionally, the ingredients are combined with water in a tightly woven, waterproof basket. Then hot rocks are added to brew the tea. This is a basket made by an unknown Yurok weaver around 1900 to 1910. There are still native people that weave baskets today. Local native people practice sustainability, which includes avoiding overharvesting and striving for food sovereignty. In some cases, access to traditional gathering sources has been cut off by colonial practices. Here you can see a map of our area with the Wiyot, Hupa, and Yurok tribes and others. Coffee. The origin of coffee plants is not known for sure, but Ethiopia generally gets credit. You can see down at the very bottom of the map. A jabena, as you can see in this photo, is a traditional Ethiopian brewing pot that usually has a long handle, neck, and spout, and a round belly. Today, many Ethiopian households serve coffee at least twice a day. The tradition is a way of maintaining strong bonds with families, neighbors, and friends. Coffee beans were first roasted and consumed as a beverage in West Asia in the 1200s, specifically in Yemen. Before it was brewed as a beverage, some people mixed coffee berries with animal fat to make an ancient version of a protein bar. You can see in this photo what coffee berries look like. Coffee arrived in the U.S. in the mid-1600s. Coffee is now grown in many places around the world, such as Hawaii, Central and South America, Africa, West Asia, and Southeast Asia. Hot chocolate. Cacao pods are the fruit of small trees that originally grew in the shady understory of tropical forests in Central and South America. Here you can see a cacao tree and a cacao pod that's been cut in half. The word cacao is the unprocessed plant. Chocolate is anything made from cacao, and cocoa, sometimes spelled with an A at the end, is the powdered chocolate. Many indigenous Mesoamerican cultures cultivated cacao dating back 2,000 to 4,000 years ago. This stone carving is of Ek Ahau, the Maya deity of war, trade, and cacao, standing next to a cacao tree. Cacao was used as food, money, medicine, and in religious ceremonies. The original hot chocolate was made from ground cacao beans, water, and flavorings like corn, chilies, honey, and agave syrup. Ancient Mesoamericans drank coffee unsweetened, which was very bitter. Today, Mexican hot chocolate is made by adding sugar, spices, and chunks of chocolate to water or milk, and then mixing and frothing the drink with a molinillo. And the molinillo is the wood device that you see in the background of this photo. Tea from East Asia. The origin of the East Asian tea plant is most likely the Hunan province of China. Some evidence of native tree plants have also been found in Tibet and northern India. Many Asian countries such as China, Japan, India, Korea, and others have strong cultural ties to tea, which is often used for health, ceremony, and medicine. Camellia sinensis is an evergreen shrub or small tree. This background photo is a tea plantation. Most varieties of tea are made from this plant, including oolong, black, green, white teas, and more. Leaves from the plant are processed by drying, steaming, and/or heating. Roots, herbs, spices, flower petals, and other ingredients are often added for flavor or health reasons. During the Tang Dynasty, from 600 to 900 Common Era, tea was declared the national drink of China. Today, tea continues to be an important part of Chinese culture, including aspects of health, wellness, and socializing. The Japanese tea ceremony is a famous tradition of making tea using a specific brewing technique, tea accessories, and presentation of the tea to an honored person. The use of tea spread from East Asia to Europe, and in the 1640s, it came to the United States. For your project, you're going to be taking half of your photos at a 45-degree angle, which you can see on the left, and you'll be taking the other half of your photos from a 90-degree angle, which you can see on the right. There will be more details about this in a separate video. Your assignment. Take 5 to 10 photos at a 45-degree camera angle and 5 to 10 photos at a 90-degree camera angle. Edit your best 45 and 90-degree photos in Photoshop, levels, crop, etc. Turn in both photos to Google Classroom. Complete a graphic design project by selecting one of the options. You may use any of the 10 to 20 photos you took, and you'll find out about the graphic design options in a future video. That's it, everyone. Have fun with your project.